Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk breaking the video today, and today we're going to be talking about potential trades for the Memphis Grizzlies to potentially move up in the NBA draft. And today it was announced by ESPN that the Grizzlies want to move up in the draft and that Memphis is aggressively trying to trade up from pick 25 to get a late lottery pick in this year's draft. This one was a little surprising for me, because they don't have a lot of trade assets besides that 25th overall pick. I mean, yes, they could maybe use a couple players. I was thinking about Brandon Clark, but I don't really think, even though he had who knows? I mean, maybe they would try to move Brandon Clark, but I don't know if Brandon Clark's going to have a lot of good value, because of the injury the injury he had at the end of the last season, and who knows when he'll be back next season. It'll probably be late in the season, it'll probably be around February, maybe in the area of January to March will be when he returns. Probably around December to February is when he'll return. I think he tore his ACL, I'm pretty sure. That was in around February or March that he tore his ACL. So I don't know. Who knows if they'll want to move Brandon Clark or how much trade value he'll have. Obviously, they have Tyus Jones. Who knows if they want to move him. They also have a 2024 first-round pick from Golden State. But I'm going to kind of go over a couple potential trades I think the Grizzlies could make to potentially, one of the trades I have them actually moving into the lottery, and then the second trade, or the first trade I have them doing, is just outside of the lottery, the first pick after the lottery, which, I know you want to be in the lottery, but the thing is that there's not a lot of teams at the end of the lottery that will probably be willing to trade down, and that's what I'm going to get into. So the first trade I have going down would be with the Atlanta Hawks and the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, if you look at the draft order I just want to go from 12 to 15 right now. 12 is the OKC Thunder, and then 13 is the Toronto Raptors. Toronto Raptors are a team that if they're not gonna trade down. I don't see them trading down from 13. I really don't. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't see them trading down from 13. But we'll see. I think Toronto is one of those teams that they're not going to trade down. If they do anything, I see Toronto staying at 13. But if they do anything, it's going to be trading out, not trading down. In New Orleans, they are definitely not trading down at 14. They have made it instant that they want to trade up for Scoot Henderson. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, but that definitely means they're not going to trade down either. And then there goes 15 with the Hawks. I feel like the Hawks would probably be, would be willing to either trade down or trade up, just depending on, what kind of offers they get. I think they're kind of easy about it, but the Thunder at 12, the Thunder are a team at 12. If they can get some decent assets back, I feel like the Thunder would be willing to trade down at 12. But that area of 12 to 15, there's only in those four picks, there's only two teams that would be willing to trade down. So at the end of the lottery, even a little bit past the lottery, it's hard to maybe potentially try to trade up, because you got two teams at 13 and 14 with the Pelicans and the Raptors that are definitely probably not going to be trading down. And Thunder, I think they'd be willing to do it, and I think the same thing for the Hawks. But let's go over what a trade up scenario with the Atlanta Hawks would be. So the Grizzlies would be receiving the 15th overall pick, and in return, the Hawks would get the 25th and 45th overall pick, and also Zaire Williams, who has 2 years left on his contract, and I think the Grizzlies picked him with pick 18 or pick 13 in a couple of drafts ago, but he's been really solid. he hasn't. I don't think he's really been used right in Memphis. I thought, in my opinion, I feel like he's, if he plays more in Atlanta, if Atlanta brings him in this potential trade idea, that he'd play really well. I think he averaged around like 7 or 8 points per game with the Grizzlies last year. He's a really solid player, but he just kind of doesn't play that much. He's in the rotation. He just, he's not playing that. He's one of those guys in the rotation that's playing the least amount in the rotation, but a really solid player. And if he plays more in Atlanta, he definitely would be really solid. He's a really good finisher. He's a good defender as well. I think he'd be a good addition for the Atlanta Hawks. So you trade down 10 spots, and in return, you get the 25th overall pick, the 45th overall pick, and Zaire Williams. I don't think that's a strong offer, but it's a solid one, and especially if you want to move down. And then the last one with the OKC Thunder. This is one that I really like for OKC, but that's just my opinion. The Grizzlies would get the 12th overall pick, and in return, the Thunder would receive player Jake Lavira, and I probably said that wrong. A solid player that they selected with the 22nd overall pick. With the 22nd overall pick last, was it the 22nd or 29th? I'm not sure. I think it might have been the 29th pick. It was the 29th pick that he drafted him with last year. Barely played at all, averaged 3 points per game, but he's a really good movement shooter, really good shooter, and I love the addition for OKC to add in a decent shooter off the bench. But then also with adding in Jake Lavara as well, you also get the 25th overall pick and a 2024 first-round pick from Golden State. So you are trading down 13 spots, but you're getting the 25th overall pick back in return and a 2024 first-round pick from Golden State, which if Golden State keeps their core back and improves around their core, like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, those kind of guys in Golden State, it's not going to be a great pick, but it is a first-round pick. And then a decent potential NBA talent and a really good movement shooter like Jake Lavira. That's a solid trade for the Thunder. I know they're trying to get rid of first-round picks, but instead of getting more back, but I still think this would be a decent trade for the OKC Thunder. You're trading down, yes, you are trading down 12 spots, but you're getting the 25th back and a future first-round pick from Golden State next in the 2024 NBA draft, and you're getting a nice, solid, young, talented player that did not have a lot to prove last season in his rookie year. But who knows? Maybe Memphis won't want to move Lavira. But use them or thoughts. That's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, and peace out.